Life is just motion. It's constant motion.
Constant motion does help. Okay. Trying to give some music in the background so it's not just So we are up to session number 48, with a few interesting things happening. Little baby.
Yeah, little baby.
And coffee in the background.
Yes.
And a few people on walkabout, which you get every now and then. So, online today we have Peter.
Nobody wants it down. I get a bubble.
Who may still be on mute.
Hello everyone.
There we go.
No, I'm not at the moment. Yes, I'm playing Lord Willy Won Kenobi, otherwise known as
Otherwise known as, we missed it after that, I think it dropped out.
Nah.
So we actually got Willy Won Kenobi, otherwise known as Dead Air.
Dead.
Otherwise known as mic drop.
Okay, today floating around the table we have Josh.
Hello. I'm playing Harry Potter, the buffest wizard known to man. Scared of nothing in this area. Not yet, anyway.
And in the kitchen we have M.
Hello. I am playing Druza. I have all the puppies. And are we back in town? I can't remember.
You were heading back to town.
We were heading back to town. No, didn't we bury people?
You were going to bury people?
Yeah, I can't really remember the end of the last session that great.
You have managed to get the, which flavour would I like?
Yes.
Vanilla, please.
Vanilla?
You had managed to get the chest out, which was quite useful, because it will save you in the future. And you had decided to go back via the portals instead of going out meeting the witch who probably wants to kill you.
That's right.
I like messing around with rules.
That's right, because we had to wait for the portals to come back live and then... Josh, did you want milk or just coffee?
Yeah, as due to time and use, their portal had been running out of juice.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we broke their deal as well. They didn't really seem too pumped about that though.
Well, the dwarf didn't really tell the others that you broke it.
Oh, that's right.
He just referred to you as consultants. So, you have been dealing with a dwarf. See if I've got a nice picture for him. There are quite a lot of nice pictures floating around here. There he is. So, big burly dwarf for Peter, with lots of keys on his beard. Known as Dollard Regular. I'm sure the Dollard name is very procedures. There he does look like he has a Batman belt pouch.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, you might have that one.
Yes, belt pouch won't fit on you yet. You'll have to work on that one.
Yes.
So, having reached back to town, you drop most of them off at the quest house and decide to take the bodies of the guards to the morose elf.
That's right. Actually, I probably don't remember any of this because I think I was away last session.
You were away last session. You missed out on them roping something. And I believe that might be us losing internet.
Correct.
Woohoo.
No, we still got it.
Hey.
Yay.
But I won't be surprised if it does drop out somewhere along the way.
I think, isn't that like weak connection?
Yeah.
Well, the speeds are a lot slower, which doesn't help.
I can't believe that they instead of actually coming out to fix the problem, they've thrown you.
Well, they're going to send someone out on Monday. That's the earliest they can send someone. And I believe I may have jumped the queue as well.
Fair enough.
I'm just about to make noise.
All good. You still there, Peter? So, having reached the center of town, you are greeted by the sheriff and your friendly, not so happy elf.
Our friendly Maruso.
Friendly neighborhood elf.
Who looks at the dead and says, "But they were only born yesterday."
We go.
Ah,
Yep.
figurative of speech.
For an elf, think of the elf looking at you more like a butterfly.
Yep.
So Peter actually dropped out. I will try adding him back in again.
Yes, there's a dummy.
Hey Peter,
Hey, take two.
take two. Yes, I can actually hear you this time. So you've made it to town. You've managed to meet the morose elf, the captain of the guard. Both of them look on at the dead with a bit of sadness. Because, the elf probably was the midwife for all the town guard anyway.
He's a multi-talented morose elf.
Well, when you've been around for longer than everyone else in town, you might learn a few things.
Speaks 8 different languages.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Can tell you the gene history of your bloodline, including the quirks. So I've had people refer to elves as the equivalent of a human raising dogs that live about 10 years. So elves might consider humans their little puppy. So to our dogs, we are the equivalent of elves because we live forever. They're just trying to figure out where my cat disappeared to.
Kind
Yes, sir.
of things.
Okay, he's hiding somewhere. Somewhere where he's nice and happy.
Probably.
And she asks if you want something for your troubles.
No, we just happy to bring
Quest
bring-
childhood friends back.
Pretty much, or just like people of the town. Hopefully that tastes alright.
It should. I couldn't stand up to make it myself, so.
I have no idea.
The downside with not being able to stand for very long is you can't do all the activities you used to like doing. So she asks Willie if he will help bury the dead.
These will help.
She asked me if I will help her what?
Bury the dead.
So she asked if I will what?
She asks you directly if you'll help bury the dead.
Yeah, my character goes, no, why the hell would I do that? That's your job.
Then she turns to Doozer and asks the same thing, who does say yes, so she starts taking the dead to the graveyard.
Diesel follows and helps carry the dead.
I say to Doozer and Parry, I'll be at Quest Place in case you need me. I'll see you later.
So does Parry go to the funeral, or does he follow Willie?
Harry will go to the funeral.
Okay, so while you're helping dig the graves because you're the buffest wizard around, still not cracking a smile from Miss Mopey. She does give a long litany of. It was only yesterday she remembers giving birth to these young little things.
Wait, giving birth?
Because she's a midwife.
Okay.
She helps.
Not her children, but most midwives talk about the actors giving birth themselves. And most doctors will talk about how they gave birth to you. It's amusing how the person who catches believes I've done the hard part of the job. And you find it a long and somewhat boring tale. As the most things she remembers about them are the hijinks they get up to. And how many times they pointed out that she doesn't seem to age. But she said she at least cut her fingernails once or twice during their lifespan. And maybe changed her hairstyle once. So she did make some changes.
Some.
Well, changing her hairstyle is a major thing for an elf.
Did she go short or long?
Hard to tell because you're not sure how long it takes to grow out.
Fair.
But one of the reasons most elves have long hair is because they don't really want to deal with cutting it all the time. So when you see all the Fabio elves, it's like, yeah, you just don't like using scissors every week.
Mhm.
But for them, it might be every month. Amazing what the slower growth does for someone. So after spending about 2 or 3 hours digging, hearing the litany, and putting the dead away, she performs most of the last rites before getting the local cleric itself to finish it off. Because while she buries the dead, she doesn't take responsibility for them.
Are you eating like? Yes,
so
you
she
are.
starts the funeral rites.
Oh my god, Buff.
Yeah, she starts it but doesn't finish it. As you have a guy by the name of Dezil Marfan, keeper of the church, cleric of Pharasma, come in and atone final rites over each of the graves, spending as little time as possible in the presence of the elf.
Yeah.
Before he heads back into the chapel for writing whatever condolences he has to. Though the priest does have a quick word with Nuza.
Uh-oh. What have I done now?
He asks if you wouldn't mind helping the elf finish her job in town, then the town will probably be a lot happier if you can do that.
What's the elf's job in town?
She's chosen to help Sir Roderick finally go to the afterlife, and as Pharasma is very much supportive of undead going to the afterlife, the church itself is letting her stay as part of her service. And so she's been here longer than most, but we think it would be better for her if she started living amongst people who didn't die quicker than her hair did. So she's got hair older than most residents of the town.
It's a little bit cold, but like it's warmish.
Yeah, woman should do.
Well, a human's hair is supposed to die after about 7 years. Imagine how long an elf's lasts for.
Yeah, probably a long time.
Which does put the whole Gimli asking for a hair from Gladriel into a different light.
I think she's sucking on my vest.
No, she's sucking her fisties.
On my vest.
No.
There is a wet patch there. I have seen it.
Okay.
Multitasking.
Look at this. Look at how wet that
Oh
is.
my god. Oh, I know, but maybe we should get excited about because there's a bib coming on.
Oh.
No, don't grab these, the bib.
I'm gonna eat the
I'm
bib.
gonna eat the bib.
It's food time. I know it's food time.
There you go.
Okay, so yes, Duza has been asked to try to help.
She's like, I haven't been fed yet.
I know. Shush. Oh, I know.
Oh, Bob.
There we go.
And just think when she's older, she'll be far more demanding in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I want my Pokemon now! Where's my shiny?
I want chocolate.
Oh, so will it be an achievement when she starts getting all the achievements before you guys?
No, we'll applaud her for that.
Yes, it took me one go to get that egg.
What sauce?
Eh.
The fact that I made your coffee and you can't drink it.
Oh, by the time you get to it, it'll taste better because if you let it sit, it gets rid of the bitterness.
Mm.
It is a bit bitter at the moment.
It's been a while since I've used your machine. It was quite different from
Yeah,
mine.
you've basically created a puddle on my shoulder.
Oh,
So that's why you wear the vest.
Little protector.
It's water resistant anyway. Still some of it's on my arm, but
Yeah. That's fine.
T-shirt will soak it up.
That's fine, right?
actually, can you do me a favour?
Yes.
Can you slide this pillow out from behind me and put it on the armrest? So I can just kind of rest.
You mean up.
Well, I can't.
Lift you up for a sec.
Yeah.
And where?
On the armrest, so I can kind of rest Mia's head up against it.
I know.
Can you actually slide it down?
Big pillow.
Is that better?
Oh,
That's not good.
there we go. Look at that.
Better.
There's no go anyway.
Don't do it, bub.
Right.
So the priest was asking me about helping the elf.
Yeah, helping get Sir Roderick to move on to his next life
Yes.
by solving whatever problems he has, which you've got a little bit of stuff for. But you've also been you remember that one of the things you were asked to get by the ghost was the map, which is in the town records.
Yes. I think that's why we had started to head back to town to begin with as well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, we are already on said mission.
And he says the town has pitched in a reward for anyone who can help the elf deal with the ghost. And considering it's been many generations of pitching in, the reward is more than they expected.
Nice.
And the church has been keeping hold of said reward.
Right. Well.
Not that just service to the church would get a favour.
No, it was on the 7 mark. This is gonna be a big feed for her.
Yeah, it would be, I think it would be about 180, 190 maybe. Because it was 100 plus the 80. Or 120 plus 80, sorry. No,
200, yeah.
yeah, 200.
You better be happy with 200 mils.
No, I'm gonna be angry.
Okay. And yes, the mayor herself, the port governor herself, Lorenza Thought, comes to congratulate you for returning the dead to town. With her hat with a feather in it.
How long have those town guards been missing?
A couple of, about a day or so.
So, not long.
Not long. They were just checking, making sure the road was clear. Also looking for, occasionally they would send out groups looking for the missing dwarves.
Well,
Who you also brought back to town whose arms still don't work.
Yep. That's going to take a while to fix. Unfortunately, one of them didn't make it, but...
Says, well, you can't always win them all. If we could win everything, then we would definitely be in a different world.
That is true.
So, what else are you up to while you're in town? The priest was hoping to get a word with you about seeing if you could help with a ghost problem.
Yes.
Who are you gonna call?
Doozer, apparently.
Flex one arm.
It works. Yes, we are after a... Do we know what the map's called? Or just that it's a map?
That is Sir Roderick's maps.
Right. Okay,
I think there's a specific name for it. I will look it up while you talk.
we are after anything to do with Sir Roderick's maps or charts or something along that lines. His riddle suggests a map that will help in this quest to move him along.
Okay. He goes, well, we do have one of his old maps. That was his prideful one that he'd done. That has a X marked on it. One of the dwarves that had been through town about a year or so ago had a great interest in it, but we didn't let him take it.
Oh,
he wasn't, local, so but you've got a local with you. We've all known Quest since he was a bouncy, whatever you call a goblin thing.
Pup? Goblin pup? I don't know. Goblin ball?
Bouncy ball.
Infestation.
You don't look very comfy there, Bubby.
I would say infestation if there was more than one of them, but
Growth.
he never really did bounce around with a lot of them.
Goblin growth.
Goblin growth.
They grow fast. Yes, they go from baby to meat eating in weeks. I swear they're born with sharp teeth.
Probably.
Death gripping the bib.
Of course.
Okay, so if this will help you get rid of our ghost problem, because all of us have had, disturbing encounters of ghosts at the end of the bed.
Yep.
Never great on wedding nights, believe me, she says. So anytime someone says, is that a cold chill you're having, they're sort of thinking that Sir Roderick's nearby.
Yes, well, we've had a few cold encounters ourselves. I'm sure our
Right.
elf, wherever he's gone, well, he drowned without drowning somehow.
Eh?
Our hero, Crawl, drowned without drowning.
Mm.
Pretty sure you were there.
I was there for that, yeah.
Well, I believe he's currently back at the goblin's place resting up with his broken leg.
Yes, because he tried to follow us through. Did he break it at that shack, or was that coming off the boat?
He broke it coming off the boat and then re-broke it a few times afterwards.
That's right. Yeah, he now has a taste of his own medicine, so
I'm sure heal
Harry's
heal
still
thyself
there.
is one of those things they say. And the more he walks on it, the worse it gets.
yeah, he may need to see a proper
Z parry.
sea parry.
I will send the elf around. She's good at limb removal.
I don't think he needs limb removal.
Yeah, he
That's a
does.
bit extreme.
It encourages people to not be sick around her.
Good point.
She always checks to see if limb needs to be removed first.
Nice.
If they can't feel anything on the end, well, she goes back until they feel something and then removes it there.
Oh, that's great.
Well, if they can't feel, obviously it's dead flesh.
Yeah.
I believe we have lost a connection again, and we'll restart that connection. Hopefully, it won't be too loud.
That really does not look comfy the way you are.
Just falling asleep.
Put that is Ooh, that was
And
horrible.
back again.
We didn't drop out this time.
We did on our end. I actually stopped it and restarted it, so I didn't just keep beeping saying we'd lost you.
And we went back to sleep.
Oh, I can still hear you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. We couldn't hear the sound from your end though.
Yeah, we just kept hearing
No,
the
I'm
beeping.
you, I'm myself.
Okay, so you're being offered the map to go and help get rid of Sir Roderick and free the town of their local peeping ghost.
Not sure he's a peeping ghost. He's probably been crying out for help for a long time.
At the end of a lot of people's beds.
I mean, that's one way to get your attention. I mean, I'm sure if you saw me standing at the end of your bed, you'd be a bit freaked out.
So are most people who see him sitting at the end of the bed.
I know what pranked play on people now.
Stand at the end of their bed all glowy.
Pretty much. What? Did nothing. Not yet.
I'll provide the glowy part.
You'll provide the glowy part? Okay, perfect.
Well, all you have to do is stand there and make them look at you and go, Paladin!
Wait a minute.
Wake up call. Are you awake yet? Opens eyes, scream. Yep, they're awake.
Yep.
Hello, Fighty Butt. Booty boo.
So you were also suggested by the elf that the best time to speak to Roderick is at night.
Yes.
In his...
Oh, gone
Oop,
completely.
that's gone.
We shall try again. Best time to speak to him is at night when he's most active.
But we, have we got everything now? We've got the gauntlets, we've got the map, we've been to the...
You've got the braces,
Yeah, we've got the braces.
you've got the sword case.
What are we missing from that riddle?
Okay, so the cove, well, you can't really take the cove to him because you're already there.
Hmm.
The stone house in the wood, well, you sort of went to that, but you didn't go into the actual house itself, you went to where you needed to in the house. The gauntlet, which you're now wearing, and save them with the map being the key.
Oh.
Though we may be constantly losing Peter tonight. No, he's back!
Ooh,
He's
that's...
back!
Yay!
You guys can hear me?
We can hear you now.
I mean, the
Okay.
tower that I...
If it happens again, I'll
Yeah, no,
I'll have to do something. I'll get it ready.
Yeah, it may just be bad
I know you're trying.
season because it's supposed to be a lot of rain tonight.
Lots of rain. Your internet's been throttled. It's a bad combination.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that on Monday when they look at it, they go, nothing wrong, let's turn it back up again. And then we have nothing else wrong because half the time when they say nothing's wrong, they've just gone and patched it. And they've fixed the problem and they're saying, no, nothing to see here, nothing's wrong with this.
Yeah, because every time my parents had problems, like 90% of the time, it was always the line. And then when we have major issues, they have to go to the node and actually swap the pairs. Because for some reason, it just, like, after about a year, and it's almost a year to the day, it just decides to crap out, and then they swap the pairs, and then it's fine.
Oh, there we go.
That line hasn't been used for a while, it's now good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that a bit better?
Too much?
No, just right
enough.
amount.
She did big burp. Big burp.
She did a ripper of one. I was laying in bed. Em took me to the kitchen, and
I
I
was
heard
in-
it from the kitchen.
I was in the study. I was in the study and
Good
you heard it
echo.
from the other end of the house. No, it was just that loud.
Can I come, baby, to you to get changed?
Sure.
I'll take the baby.
There's rash there. Smells good.
Slobber rash? Probably.
Yeah, maybe probably.
Okay, so you've got the choice of heading out to the haunted house in the middle of the night or
Oh, that was fun
heading out in
last
the
time.
morning.
Brilliant. Nothing happened.
I think we should talk to the Morose elf this time because she did
Oh.
tell us to tell her next time we go there and not to go at night without
One.
talking to her. Which we'd already been there at night before talking to her.
2, 3. Got it. Oh, doing that just in case.
It's not a blue one's a possum.
Oh, sorry. You good? Whew. She's heavy.
Yes.
And just think, that's the lightest she'll be.
Yeah.
It's like when you get the puppy. Puppy's nice and light to begin with.
Then turn into an annoying furball.
Yep.
Like Yuki, barking outside even though she knows she has 2 dog doors to go through.
No, she goes outside to deliberately bark.
Oh, bubbles! There.
Oh, did I put you down on the floor? Oh, did you realize that it's not in your bassinet?
Okay, so yes. You catch up with Eldrani, which is what her name is.
I am.
And she says, "Oh, Perry, the buffer shoveler around."
Yes! We've come to see you about Sir Roderick.
Yes, she believes that it's more than time enough for him to give up his grieving and shuffle on his spirit to his eternal reward, whatever that may be.
Agreed.
And she believes that you might be in the best position to do so once you get the map from that map you've already picked
Yeah, I
up.
was about to say, this map.
Yeah, she was going to suggest you when you head out there that you take the map because he seems to be more lucid when someone takes the map in with them. Though he would have actually given you a little more pointers if you had spoken to him with the map before going out to the location, because I believe that was what he was going to ask you to go get.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fair enough. So we kind of jumped ahead a little bit.
Yes.
Oops. That's this party to a T though. Let's go do this thing.
But she's not much of a dungeon delver, so she didn't really want to go to some hidden vault and try to grab some gauntlets, which you seem to be wearing.
Yeah, I'm not sure how successful I'm going to be getting these off.
There are 2 ways to get them off, she says.
I die, and I die.
No, one is death, one is amputation.
One is amputation.
amputation. So they're not coming off.
She does have all the tools on hand if needed.
No, I'm
What? Oh. And what's Mummy doing to you?
Though she does believe that if you were to die, your hands inside them would disintegrate.
Oh, great. Does that include when I go down, or is that just like death?
If you hit death.
If you die.
So if you do hit the dying 4, then your hands disappear. And if someone can stabilize you and bring you back, which some spells can after you've died,
You have no
I
hands.
have
Yeah.
no hands. Great. I will keep that in mind. Oh yeah, I will.
but she thought she'd tell you the the unfortunate news early.
Yay, no hands!
Yay, no hands. No hands. I can't change you now.
That seems a bit loose.
What? That?
The nappy, yeah.
That's. It's fine if it has a bit of go.
But she does believe that now that you wear the gauntlets, you will live longer than most.
Yeah.
Is that?
Gauntlets of immortality.
Yeah. So why is that?
Oh, you probably won't be as susceptible to diseases or magical effects as the others.
Yeah, because like I can pick up things without having what's the effect thingy?
Without having your brain mentally taken over by magical items.
That's right.
No more kisses.
She'll come back, Daddy.
I mean, you can.
I could pick up. So, eat.
So yes, you have the rune warded gauntlets.
Let's put you on a big comfy pillow, shall we?
Speak out this week.
Oh, there is a bit of spirit. Speaking of which.
Spook out, just in case. Ha 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 ha.
Don't eat the towel.
So, Just checking to see if that is an Ariadne thing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, just the
Is it gonna be?
yeah, Ariadne's just gonna have a quick shower.
Okay. Right. Okay. Whoopa. Hello. Hello. Let's put this under your head, just in case you want to do a big spoon.
Okay, so yes, you are able to use the gauntlets to pick up magical items without fear of being dominated by them.
No. Just here.
Which will
Hello.
help in returning the sword to this case.
Yep,
Okay, we don't want to go on the pillow.
and many other items you're bound to come across in the world, she says. Because there are many baleful items that will try to influence you.
Hello.
Yes.
Woo.
Hopefully, they will. Well,
What's mommy
they
doing?
won't now. So,
You can say hello to mommy.
hello. This is. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
What if we put your mat out? Half your mat, maybe.
Bum, 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 bum,
And I was gonna go show Ariana this later, but
bum.
I bought this specifically for this
bubbles.
household. Thought it would be appreciated here.
It is appreciated here. All the dragons.
There's a camera. All the dragons. There we go.
I'm sure baby appreciates it as well.
It's such a cool print though.
Well, if you can't get Pokemon prints, you may as well get dragons.
Pretty much. But I have another really nice one, which is the bushing cranes, like the paper folded ones. Really cool.
Ready? Whee! I like being thrown around between people.
Such a cute little smile.
Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because she might spirit on my big book. Yes. Right. We were talking to the merchant.
Yes, you're talking to the Moreau herself, who was saying that you could take the map to talk to the ghost, who will then tell you how to get the gauntlets, which you already have.
Right. So what do we do from here then?
Well, she believes that until you actually she says you probably need to actually talk to him about why you needed the gauntlets, because she never got past needing the gauntlets.
Okay, so we'll still need to go talk to him anyway.
Yeah.
We just can skip a bit ahead.
Yes.
Alright,
Because the only thing he ever told her was he was too afraid to go for the gauntlets. And he really wished he'd gone for the gauntlets. And it's like, well, she doesn't want to die, so she'll just keep sending the these humans she keeps bringing up.
Well, yes, it was quite explosive in there, apparently. If you did it wrong. There was like a fire trap and there was lots of ash, presumably of dead people.
Yeah, she doesn't like burning. Takes her a long time to heal from burns.
Yeah, no, we somehow managed to get it out without burning, which was nice.
That's always nice.
Look at all this
There's-
freedom you have.
Though she did hear that there was a dwarf has been trying for the last year.
Yeah, he helped us actually.
Well, that's nice to know, because I heard he joined the Roadkeepers, who try to, throw their weight around.
Yeah, he was much nicer than led to believe.
Yeah, they're not very good at keeping roads.
Yeah, no, so we noticed by the dead people that we buried this morning.
She sighs, remembering.
Way to go! You depress yourself even more.
Well, she's remembering her favourite pets.
I know. Way to go.
Whoa, I can't tiptoe around eggshells every day.
Well, she's got an entire town of pets that she's been bringing up.
Let's just flex one arm. He's like, oh, I don't want to tiptoe around eggshells. I'll just stamp on them.
So just imagine that she's treating the town as Stardew Valley.
That's funny. Cookie. I'm gonna eat a very
You have no idea
broken
what
apart
that
cookie,
means.
but okay. There's a story and I'm telling it.
I know, right? You're telling us your story in your words.
My story and I'll tell it how I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a very broken apart cookie.
Well, heard about the cookie.
Yeah, no, where's mine?
No, she's like, I don't see everyone.
People aren't looking at me. I need to make more attention. Then they look at me.
Pretty much.
Can I give, if I give you 10 minutes, you want to do some tummy time?
Probably.
I'll let all the milk settle first.
Does she screwed up anymore?
No. Not that I've seen anymore.
No, seems to be pretty clean at the moment.
Yeah.
Clean,
At the moment.
baby. Never go well together.
I said at the moment.
She's pretty good considering, but she hasn't started eating solids or being able to throw around food yet, so that's to come.
All to look forward to. Just remember what you did as a kid and see if your kid can outdo it.
Yep.
You start holding up numbers going, that's a 10.
Yep, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to look at it with a sense of humour.
Oh, there's a cat.
Yep, a cat's trying to compete.
She's also probably trying to get in the bathroom.
Well, it's trying to go, save me, save me.
No, I think it's trying to get into the bathroom where Ariana is.
Durian!
Darion. So she does recommend talking to the ghost.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the ghost will have something more useful to tell than get the gauntlets.
Sounds good.
There's the full picture of what she looks like.
Oh, nice.
So reminder for
Oh, we're going up.
You're a very furry cat. You
Peter what the morose elf looks like. She has the bladed scarf style thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Well, do you like me playing with the cat up here? The cats are like...
She's never seen a cat before.
Well, it looks like a fluffy toy.
What's up? You're very naughty. Yeah. This is what it's like at night.
we give, actually.
This is why we normally mute.
I understand.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I have been around babies a lot.
You guys can happy on your mat.
Yeah,
Don't
if
like
we
the
put her in the
bassinet.
bassinet, she would just crack the shits. But on the floor, happy as Mary. Same position, almost.
But nothing beside her penning her in. It might be the open space is fine, but the penning in is not.
Yeah, maybe. It'll be interesting to see once we get the cot set up. That'll be speed.
No, we're about to crack it. That's a very sucking face.
Oh yeah, that's sucky in face.
No.
Okay, so we need to go see Roderick at night.
Yeah.
What is it? So afternoon at the moment?
It is. You've probably gone on up to evening because of burial and long talks, and the elf can talk.
Yes.
A short conversation with her is basically out talking just about anyone you know.
Yeah, talking to her is like you need to block out 3 hours.
Where you going, bud?
So I guess we gotta go get prepared to go see
Roderick.
Roderick. Because it'll probably take us another hour to get back to the
There you go.
cottage.
To get out to the cottage would probably take you about 4 hours
Oh, 4 hours.
through the forest.
Oh, well, okay, then we definitely better get started then.
She decides to come with you this time. She'll leave your broken ones in the house. I'm sure the little elf gnome would like to keep its leg.
Yes.
But she did poke it and said it's still got feeling.
I mean, that's a good sign.
There was some swearing involved. So she poked it again.
Did she crack a small smile?
No. The swearing didn't continue, so she felt disappointed.
Oh.
He passed out.
I mean, that's what made you somewhat happy, just a little bit, just a tiny little bit.
No, she didn't even. She didn't even shed so much as a flat face. It was still a sad face.
Oh, sad face because he passed out. Well, I mean, I don't know. You kind of was your fault there a little bit. Just a little.
She understands it was her fault, but well, he was a healer, so obviously he would know his own pain threshold.
Yeah, right.
So she asked him if he knew his pain threshold. He said he did, so she poked his leg a second time, and he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But at least Willie here seems to know his own pain threshold because he's broken his hands multiple times from what you've told her.
Yes, many times. Oh, we got to go fetch him from the house as well, so
That's okay. I'm sure it won't take long.
shouldn't take long. This town's relatively small.
It's a relatively small town. Probably about 4 streets one way and about 6 streets the other. And that will give you a cross section of the town.
Yeah.
So, running up to the door, you can hear the sounds of Poppy's playing.
Oh, that's good.
And a bit of Kroll crying out.
Because they're playing over him. We're going in and help settle the puppies down. And
They seem to be playing Pull the Stick,
pull the stick.
which is wrapped around Kroll's leg.
I go fetch them a better stick from the.
Doesn't taste as nice.
What's up, Uriel?
I swap the sticks around. I don't know. They're puppies. I mean, you can't really.
But she sort of says, I guess I'll have to wrap it again.
Yeah. Sorry, they're learning.
It's okay, I can include something to make them either like it more or hate it more. I can't quite remember.
If it's honey, they'll probably like it more. Because, sugar.
Well, if you suggest honey, she'll use honey.
No, that's a bad idea.
But I hear honey has medicinal properties for closing wounds.
It does, but they'll probably also try to eat his leg off then.
Well, then I won't have to cut it off.
We also
Win-win.
we really don't want that though.
If I must, she says, and then bandages it up again.
Yes.
And you get Kroll carried up to the upper floor.
Yep. Out of the way of the playing puppies.
Puppies can't quite make it up the muddy stairs. Too slippery.
They will eventually. We'll probably be out of here by then, but
We could also put a puppy gate over the stairs.
that's true.
Oh my god, Bob, your hand is so wrong. Don't eat the towel.
But I'm gonna eat the towel.
Well, isn't that the thing with babies? Anything that can reach their hands reaches their mouth.
Pretty much. Probably eat anything.
Even your feet.
And she hasn't discovered her feet yet, thankfully.
She will eventually. Because that's how they get a lot of sensation, is tasting things.
Mm.
Oh yes, you grab Willie and start heading off upriver. I believe it's upriver. The maps are all strange in this setting.
Great.
Well, finding where the right map is can be quite painful. Because the map of the town isn't necessarily the map of the area. And the map of the area isn't always the easiest one to find. There is that one.
Eh.
Where are you going? Where are you going? What? You don't want that on you. You don't want that on you.
Roderick's Cove is supposed to be upriver.
Huh?
Yep,
What's going on?
it is way upriver.
Cool.
So upriver, it's not on the area map.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Where is that? Where is that?
Because I was looking at going, now where do I tell
Pocket
where
in
to
the
send you?
multicolored. Like from Pocket.
You have dummy on standby so if you want to tire.
Because I have multiple maps of the area. And I have one of them here that has all the letters showing where all the locations are. Except for Roderick's wreck.
Awesome.
Which is not in the town either.
Oh. What about that?
Didn't you created the map?
I did it in the tool
Yes.
to make it usable as a walk around thing. But the tool itself requires the internet. Not run locally. And that would require streaming down the location.
Oh, Bob.
Of course.
Whoa.
So it's like, I'd rather have Peter online than a map.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I thought it was you could run it offline, but
Well, when I had good internet, it didn't matter.
true. That is true.
Good internet makes it easier. So yes, you head off into the forest with the elf. She does call upon her patron, Ashaba, for guidance.
I'm not yet tired now.
And heads and basically takes you up the river, avoiding most of the pitfalls along the way. Which is not bad, because there's a whole lot of different things that can go wrong.
Someone's not happy again.
This time we're different. She's probably
Let's see if anything goes wrong. So you have a 40% chance of something going wrong. I roll this dice. I know what 40% is. That's 1 to 8. Apparently something goes wrong.
Great.
Then I get to roll percentage dice.
Even better.
So even though the elf is going with you, 16%. Okay, so apparently you dine partway through the evening on 6 giant centipedes.
Oh, yum.
Sweet.
Yes, it sounds like you, Therion, sometimes.
He's not sure if he wants to jump down and check out the baby or just stay safely up on his perch.
It's safer up there, buddy. You've got long fur.
Stay where you are, cat. Sleep on.
Cats generally learn very quickly to steer clear of babies once they've encountered them.
Alright.
Yeah. Especially when they're all sticky and icky.
That they don't mind. What they do hate is when the baby grabs onto the fur and just pulls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she thankfully hasn't done that with dog yet, because I've been getting Yuki used to like Mia, like I've just been like patting her with her hand, and she hasn't. She's just mostly sort of just stayed off into the distance, gone. Oh, that's different sensation. Oh, Mia.
Yeah, I know, Bob, but you're tired.
Yep. Yep. Oh, my best net moved. Yay!
Eventually, it's the shiny distraction.
Even the 5G out here is being slow.
The storm did some damage to Canberra about a month or two ago, and then on Sunday it did it again. So,
Pause for a little bit.
Sorry?
okay, well, I'll put it on pause for the moment. Okay, so
no
yes.
point having story playing not being played. Just as we start back up.
It's okay.
Oh, Bob.
We're all patient people and understand that baby is unhappy. And baby will get better. And you'll get less stressed.
It's just putting her to sleep when she's tired. She just gets herself so worked up that she just then doesn't want to sleep. And then when she finally conks herself out, she's just like... and that's literally what she looks like.
I guess in a way she's exercising her lungs.
And yeah, she's got them, which is good.
Star athlete in the making.
Hopefully.
And let's see if you have any other threats on the way to... Nope, no more threats on the way to the place. You've had a nice bug meal on the way.
Centipede is surprisingly tasty, though I probably have eaten that on the plane, so... Oh, something
Similar. Bugs are all nice.
I just hear not Hakuna Matata, the, what's the song in The Lion King where they eat grubs?
That is her...
Is that the Hakuna Matata song, or is that...
It's one of the songs.
It's one of them.
It's a Hakuna Matata.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, the No Worries.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen The Lion King. I haven't even watched the live action one.
The live action one, I'm sure, looks wrong because they're probably giving eyebrows to all the animals.
I think the main complaint people had about that one is that the voices have like emotional flexion to them, but the live action animation doesn't. So it people got very sort of disjointed between what they were seeing and what they were hearing.
Yeah. Because if someone sounds excited and they just look the same.
Yeah. So it's kind of like almost like this morose self just like deadpan the whole time. Except for maybe, actually sounding happy about something. Like she almost sounded happy about making Kroll pass out. Almost.
She got close. If she had to poke him about 5 or 6 times to make him pass out, she might have actually drawn a neutral expression.
But Kroll's a softie, so...
Okay, so yes, you managed to make it to the Roderick's wreck, as they call his manor house, by midnight, with the full moon above. Whether it's the full moon or not, it just happens to be a full moon night.
Great. That's not ominous at all.
Well, if you are going to have an ominous thing, you may as well make it really ominous.
Bonus.
See if I can give you a...
Super ominous music.
Hopefully not too dissuaded for the baby.
Music she doesn't mind so much. It's just been put down. Which Josh is not having much success with.
No, she's dead grip the dummy.
Oh, she's dead.
So now I can't actually keep going.
Do you want me to try? Tag.
Tag.
You have fun. This was like most nights.
If one can't succeed, the other one tries.
Yeah.
So yes, you have made it to the Roderick's wreck at the full moon. Shine, nice and blue down on top of you.
Yeah.
I'm sure blue is not a bad light. Because it's the colour of the elf.
Fair enough.
And when I say literally, it is literally every colour on her is blue. Including her makeup.
Oh yeah.
Including her what?
Makeup.
Makeup.
Is that a religious thing, or is that just because you like the full moon?
A little bit of both. I'm sure she's got a blue little house somewhere as well. So as you reach the house, she gestures for whoever's got the gauntlets on to go first, because she saw bad things won't happen to you while you're wearing them. But
Should I take the map with me as well? Or?
well, if the map has any magical properties, it means it won't affect the map while you're holding it. So someone else will have to hold that. So she just parry holds the map.
Well, I go in first.
Yep.
Okay.
And then she suggests Willie go in next, and she'll follow Willie.
Are you really scared of Robert's ghost?
Well, if nothing happens to Willie, she'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
So what
I'm
does?
going to hide behind a buff wizard.
So that means you'll have Willie between a half elf and an elf.
That's okay. I can live with that.
Okay, so you make your way into where Roderick's room is.
Was that where we had that freaky
Encounter with him last time.
Yeah.
Okay, you see him floating before you, looking like he's underwater and drowning, with water pouring out of his mouth in a ghostly manner as he looks at you.
Oh, him. I was about to say, is this one of us?
No.
Because this is an actual picture of the ghost
Oh.
when he manifests. He's constantly drowning.
Great.
So, just for Peter's reference, if you can actually see the picture, that is water pouring out of his mouth. He's a drowning ghost. Which is why Kroll had the whole drowning episode. Which means he most likely died on the ocean.
But his family died that way too, didn't
Yeah.
they? Because we've seen them also wet and drowning. Looking.
So he says to you, Baccarat controls people in town. In the cove.
Okay.
You need the gauntlets to control Baccarat.
Waggles fingers.
He says, yes, you need the gauntlets to control Baccarat. He didn't have the gauntlets. He should have grabbed the gauntlets. Says you should be able to take Baccarat and the with the gauntlets away from town.
Is Baccarat the name of the sword? Is Willie the one carrying the
Case.
sword case?
I believe so.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it does have Baccarat on it.
Oh, okay. Yep. Cool.
As that is what they called the Sword of Pride. He says he's glad you managed to get the gloves, but now you must get the sword.
Where is Baccarat being held?
Baccarat is in the manor house you tried to enter earlier.
Oh, where we all had more hallucinations.
There's a reason he was giving you hallucinations.
Fair enough.
The only chance you had to confront it was with the gauntlets.
Right. Right. So, to the manor house. Do we need to go there at night?
You can go there anytime as long as you stop the followers of the peacock.
Right. So they're the ones who stole?
They call themselves the... Where are they?
They're the ones that we, like, scared off.
They call themselves the Order of Resplendence.
Yeah, that's one. The fancy people that, like, we bullied the first day we were here.
Yes. You have interacted with the Road Keepers. They're the ones who the dwarf is working with.
Yeah. No. But the first day that we were in the town, we got assaulted by
The Horn Fangs, the Order of Resplendence, and the Road Keepers.
Yes.
All together.
All together, which was weird. Everyone thought it was weird because they never seen it in the same spot. So.
And the Horn Fangs have the symbol of wrath on them.
That's right. That's right.
Whether they know it or not.
Yeah.
We know you spotted that one, didn't you?
Oh, the party recognise it, but they might not know what it means. Some people, you know, like the people who.
Like, we choose that one because it looks cool.
It's the equivalent of I've tattooed courage on my face, which might actually mean prostitute.
Yeah, I've tattooed love, and it turns out to be rice.
Or soup.
Soup, yeah.
Always check the fine print. And I'm sure that a skilled tattoo artist who knows the language can just make a slight altercation to change the wording.
Yeah, it's a lot of times people bringing in like a word or a string of words to a tattoo artist and going, "This is what it means," and the tattoo artist normally doesn't know better. They're just like, "Sure, pay me the money."
And then if they just happen to reverse it by accident, oh well.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
I've seen many things where tattooists have left out letters.
The one that I don't get is how many of no regrets is spelled wrong.
Like I said, leave out letters.
Yeah.
No regrets.
No, yeah, no regrets. Ragits.
No Topsy.
It's like the pregnant.
Pregnant ant.
And then you've got desert and desperate dessert all interchanged.
I hate English sometimes. It's like there, and there, or where, and where.
And the meaning is wholly dependent on the rest of the sentence, not on the words surrounding it, unlike most languages.
Yes.
But at least we don't have a tonal language. Though we do use swear words with tones. So while we don't have a tonal language, we do use tones to change the meaning of words.
And it's also like us saying yeah, no, and no, yeah, and we know exactly what we mean.
But that's an Australianism that the rest of the world doesn't understand.
Maybe some New Zealanders, because they do the same thing.
Australia and New Zealand like to say that we're the sibling countries.
Yeah.
We adopt each other's stars and mannerisms. Okay, so yes, you have spoken to the spirit, and he recommends you get the sword.
And will he return the sword to you?
He doesn't want the sword. He wants the sword taken from town.
Back to the
He wants it removed from the region.
old region.
Mm.
Where are we supposed to take it?
He doesn't care.
Not here.
Not here.
Not Roderick's Cove.
Okay.
Because it's a corrupting influence.
But wouldn't it be a corrupting influence elsewhere?
That's not his problem.
Okay. That's fair, I guess.
That's what makes you a hero, he says.
Okay, we'll go with that.
that.
The hero is the person who bad things happen to but keeps going. The villain is the person who inflicts the bad things on others. Yes, so yes, you have a chance to go into what they call the Peacock Manor. I'm sure you can decide that that's probably something you'd rather do with all the rest of the party,
Yeah.
Probably.
considering it is a multi-part dungeon.
Mm.
Yes, going in with just us sounds like a brilliant idea.
Let's do it.
We can do it!
We're the buffest wizard known to man.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure we would need our healer. and maybe Quest, because he might have gone
So,
through the manor as
from-
a kid.
From Peter's perspective, you can see that nice little map there. So
No.
no, okay. Well, there is. Oh yeah, that would be because I haven't shared the screen with you since I've restarted it. So that'll be why I can't show you things. Let's see if that keeps it going. Let's see. There we go. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So that is one of the maps, and there's another page like that for underneath. So guys, that's what
Wow.
Oh, fun.
Oh, yeah.
two-story mansion with locations everywhere, with 2 upper wings. So if you don't go the right way, you've got to go down and back up again.
Of course.
And then there is the whole underground region.
So 3 levels, sort of. There's a basement. I'm guessing.
Making sure that. Right. So, and there's a nice big underground area for them to deal with as well. So, not a small place.
Nope. We can still do it.
So this is where 3 separate houses were combined into a single house by someone by the name of Corstella.
Is that a name we recognize?
Just seeing if I can actually get information for her as I'm bouncing around between pages.
You really almost need like 2 books.
Well, basically they refer to things and not show you. So that is Corstella as she's been described, but you've not met her. She's the owner of the Peacock Manor. And for Peter's perspective, there is Corstella. She is listed as a Varisian scholar who settled in the Peacock Manor, but does not appear to be a Pathfinder. And she seems to be running the Order of Resplendence. So you've believed that you should be able to go in there and find out what they've done with the Baccarat, the intelligent sword of sin.
Great.
While it is a sword that is 10,000 years old. So, an intelligent 10,000-year-old weapon.
No wonder it's a bad influence.
And as the gods of sin start to wake up, he gets more powerful.
Right.
Because it's an artifact.
Yay. I'm presuming it was owned by said god of sin.
It was created by said god of sin.
Even better.
Whereas the gauntlets you wear were created by one of the other gods of sin.
happy.
Very much fighting going on.
Yeah.
Almost there. We were almost there before.
Poor Bob.
Mm-hmm.
We were almost
I'm sure this is a regular occurrence.
Yep, pretty much every day. Especially in the morning, she's okay, she's better, and the last, last sort of feed at night, but like from about after lunchtime feed to the last feed, she just does not want to go to sleep. She must be active, she must be high,
Yeah.
and no matter how tired she gets, and she's kind of like sitting there all droopy, and like you see her going, you try and like, you know, she actually does just straight up fall asleep in your arms, and you put her down,
And she wakes up.
She wakes up.
It's like, you're gonna go, I'm awake.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where'd you go? You've been gone for so long. Okay. So you do find out from the elf that when did she get there? Okay, so hard to tell exactly where everything is because the maps aren't that good. You do have a feeling that the house is occupied by lots of people.
Mm.
All those who fled from that square on that day when the ghost appeared.
They hid in the manor.
They don't come out very often. So it was one of the rare occurrences that they came out into town.
Oh, okay.
And the one that had the flashing weapon was one of those people. When the kid had described someone attacking with a weapon that of light,
We're presuming this might be the backer of them.
you'd assume that a weapon powerful enough to create ghosts everywhere or spirits.
Would be that. I wonder how these people even manage to
And you've got to choose about how you're going to get into the manor, because you can break down the gates and then break down the doors of the manor itself, getting most of the town offside, the elf says, because that they've had enough with the thugs, such as the horned fangs are the people who like to attack and things. So if you attack publicly, the town would probably turn against you. Whereas if you can sneak inside and deal with them without any sounds of violence spilling out onto the street, then the town would be very grateful to you. And if this sword really has influenced the people there, things may settle down once the sword is removed. Go, Willie?
So the town doesn't mind us assassinating these people, as long as we do it quietly.
Well, they're less about assassination, more about putting the ghost to rest, which you found out means removing the sword. If the only way to get the sword is to kill the people, she'll understand, but she says there's a possibility you may be able to get the sword without killing everyone.
Unlikely, but sure. Sure.
She doesn't demand that you do so, but she says you might get a better result if you do, because the sword may have influenced them, which is why you needed the gauntlets.
Yeah. So if we can like knock them out instead of killing them.
Knock them out.
Yeah, not kill them.
Okay.
Because Costella has basically become
Sure.
a charismatic leader now that she's obviously been taken over by the Sword of Pride.
That makes sense.
Okay.
And as you have a martial artist amongst you,
I'll
I'm
follow
sure
your lead then, Doozer.
I'm sure the master martial artist amongst you will be able to infiltrate and take out any threat before it bothers you. She says, looking at Willie with some form of less sadness.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on him to not kill people outright.
Well, she gave him a compliment,
I-
which was more than she's done most people.
I just frowned at her. Like, huh? But if that's our plan, sure, we can try that.
Well, you can't get information from dead people, she says. She's not that sort of cleric.
Well, not yet.
Pharasma frowns upon that as well.
Yeah. You just got to find people who don't give a rat's about Pharasma.
She
That's
points
all.
at the church in town and says, that person there would basically make the spirits go away so you can't talk to them.
Yep.
Yeah, it just means you got to take the body somewhere where the influence isn't felt.
She heard Riddleport's not the best.
Priests don't know, won't hurt them.
She heard Riddleport's not the best place to take people either because, well, the bodies don't last long there either. They don't quite get buried, but, well...
They become a delicacy.
Yeah, have you tried their pies? They're pretty good.
She has, she says. And she's known many of the pies she's tasted.
Oh.
She's sure she's tasted some of Harry's family line.
Wouldn't be a surprise to me.
Well, reincarnation leaves much body left over. And your family was very much waste not, want not.
So that's where he gets it from.
Well, that they have posed with their former bodies before.
No, we've seen the we've
Seen
seen
the-
the house.
Seeing the gestational line.
Yep.
And every time they get a new body, they try to have another child. So his mum could actually be his dad and could have formerly been his mum. And formerly been his dad.
I'm not surprised.
They are very gender fluid people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they also like investing in the potion of sex change.
That's also not surprising. I'm surprised you haven't done that yet.
She
for
sold many
mashups.
bottles to her to his or her family, depending on
Who you talk to?
who they are at the time.
I'm surprised you haven't asked the off for that.
Mm.
Expand your sexual horizons. I shiver at that because this is not stuff that Dusan normally wants to go into.
This is not PG.
This is not PG.
Which is helpful that it's not a PG game.
No. Not at all. You know, death, murder,
More
burning
death.
hands, more death, dead ghosts, drowning kids.
Slap on the ass.
Talking about amputations
Yeah.
Mm.
as being the first port of call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you've got a scratch. I can amputate.
Wait.
Yes.
Okay, so she does say that during the day, most of the Peacock Manor is well lit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's generally at night that it seems to be darkest. So you might have the best chance of infiltrating it at night.
Is there any like back entrance or entrance through like a sewer, or because if we want to sneak our way in, then that would be the way to do it instead of the only way we've seen so far is through the front gate, which you have suggested highly against.
Well, I'm sure you can scale one of the walls of the of the place, because you know walls aren't as dirty as people would like to think.
Mm.
And if you do one of the walls, you can sneak up to it from a different angle when no one's watching, especially at night.
Yep.
And they have many windows, so I'm sure you can either climb up to an upper story and go in through one of their windows, or just sneak in through one of the doors. I'm sure that with your skilled ninja there, she says,
Who's a ninja?
Mr. Lobler.
Oh.
Monks are
I
very
have no idea
stealthy
what you're
normally.
talking about.
Doesn't that doesn't equate to being able to, like, you know, pick locks and
She doesn't know if they're locked. Not many people in town can afford locks.
That is a fair point.
So she just recommends keep trying windows until you find one that doesn't have any sort of security on it, and don't make noise while doing so.
Fair enough.
And take oil with you, because that does stop squeaking windows, as she's found over the years when she's had to remove problem people from their beds.
Uh-huh. Okay.
She's only done it a couple of times every century or so.
We will any other pearls of wisdom that we should think to take before we head in? Oil?
Rope,
Garlic, steak.
Steak. Oh, not that kind of
Silver.
steak.
Yeah.
Well, oil is handy for multiple reasons, because it does also make things slippery.
Mm-hmm.
And she recommends you at least have some form of light you can use, turn on and off without having to worry. Because last thing you want is to step on some sort of trap.
That's what we have trap sets for. I point to Quest, but he's not there.
What's the request of the trap?
Yeah, pretty much. He bounces, right?
He does bounce. I'm sure he does bounce.
He also turns into a shish kebab really well.
Okay, so you do find out that to put Sir Roderick to rest, you do have to gain the sword, but you also have to stop the group known as the what do they call them,
The Pathfinder? The
Horn Fangs.
Oh, the Horn Fangs.
So you've basically dealt with the road keepers in a way,
Yep.
because you've managed to squirrel their treasure away from them. Because the whole reason they were in that location was to get those gauntlets. If you had walked out with them, they would have fought you for them.
Hence why it was highly suggested to go through the back door that we came in.
And then you have to basically find a way to get to wherever the Hornfangs are. So the Hornfangs aren't actually under Peacock Manor, they are somewhere in town.
So maybe we should deal with them first before going to the manor? Or do we need the sword to do that?
Hey, buddy.
Either order, but each of them is a bunch of people you have to deal with.
There's a screaming baby still.
Hello,
Yes. Yeah,
I'm
dear.
still here. Yes, it's gotten quiet again. So yes, she says that underneath the town is a structure of some sort called the Underfume. the under flume.
Under flume.
Yeah.
Interesting. Why is it called the under flume?
She hasn't found out. That's just what she's gathered from those that have died.
Oh, useful. Wait, you've talking to the dead, or they left
Well,
now?
she talked to them before they died.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
She is good at prolonging death if she needs to.
Noted.
Pain's a good motivator, she says.
I'm getting a secret pain fetish vibe off the elf. just slightly.
Well, pain makes you feel like you're alive, she says with a sigh.
Chrissy?
I mean,
that's
she is
whole
the
elf.
depressed elf, so surprise.
Okay, so that means that you, next session, you get to choose Peacock Manor or Underflume and decide which way you want to go, because each of them have different things. The Hornfangs they're less worried about how you take them out because they are bullies,
Yeah.
Yep.
but they are town bullies. So
Didn't we already make their leader like pass out? I think if we just show up, they might just, give up.
they are impressive, though.
They are impressive.
Anyone who can hide with a bunch of relics in town, they might have access to magic that's been lost.
Is there any maps of the Underflume?
She's just heard the name.
Is there anyone in the town apart from you that has any additional knowledge?
Try to keep a Hornfang alive and ask him.
Do they come to the town often?
Well, you can tell them by their symbols. So
Oh, that's right, because they're the ones with the
Wrath
wrath
symbol. Yeah. So if you find one of them in town, she recommends asking them however you wish. She does like the term low blow in that sense. She says, looking at Willy, thinking Willy will get a interesting thing. Hey, Therion, you probably don't want to stick your head too far in there, buddy.
Hey,
Irion.
Oop, there we go.
I think my shadow moved.
Something creaked.
He's got his paper.
I'm gonna go play with my paper now, he says.
So what's your suggestion there, Peter, for which way they go?
I don't really mind. I'm going to be taking my cues from Doozer. He seems to know what he's doing.
Yeah, great. Theria, you're very interested in the baby sleeping now.
Well, she's quiet.
Yeah.
What is it?
So he does say that you'll have the best chance of beating people up in the Underflume. And if you can, he doesn't know how much that they would be able to tell you about what's down there, but they're also the only people who have explored it.
Alright. Well, why don't we go beat some people up from the Underflume? Sure, we can manage that.
I'm sure we can manage that.
Is she coming with us, or is she...
No, I was going to send... We should have... Actually, it might just be the three of us
Yeah.
going in next time as well.
Yeah,
So the three of you going into the Underflume might be what's required.
probably.
Okay, let's see if she remembers where they went in. Okay, she does say that she believes that you can find a way in through the Creekside Tavern.
Well, it might not even be three of us, because... I'll talk to you about it later, but I was planning to go to the last plant show for the year. which happens to be on a Friday, of course.
That happens. That's why we have this thing called regular games, so we can drop in and out as needed.
Mm.
It's just bad when everyone drops out on the same day.
Yeah. Well, we might have to skip
Or have a Parry and Willy battle.
Parry and Willy off.
That's gonna end well.
A hotter off.
As both of them go wading through a bunch of people. You come back and go, why are they wealthy for us for no reason?
No reason. No reason. Or I could get Josh to play Doozer, because that's going to end well.
And we could also have quest done by Peter. I'm sure Peter knows how to play quest, and how about Kroll as well?
Better yet, get Ariadna to play Doozer. I should run that by her, that would be hilarious. You get to beat people up.
So I will give you guys a fortnight to figure out how you'd like to go down, because it will be a... once you're down there, you won't be able to get out that easily.
Yeah. I'm presuming that would be the same for either way we go.
Well, the manor house is easy to sneak in and out of. The other one requires you to slide down a chute.
Oh. Right.
Ah.
So how do they get back up to the surface then?
She doesn't know that part. That's why she's never gone down there.
Fair enough.
Man, she's not going to go down there herself because, well...
Isn't there any way to, like, tie a rope to something on the top of the chute?
Possibly.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out.
But then she'd probably have to stand guard, and that takes so long. And if you died while you're down there, how will she know? And if someone else climbs out instead of you...
Well, that's true. But you know how to fight, surely.
Well, she does, but she tries not to kill people. Again.
Yep. No, that's fair.
She's killed a lot of people over the years.
Also buried a lot of people.
Not sure if she's killed more than she's buried, she says.
Interesting tidbit there.
Well, she hasn't spent her entire life in Roderick's Cove.
Well, that's true. But you keep coming back.
Well, she's been here as long as the town's been here. So she's never actually left it.
I thought she said she travelled.
She has travelled, yes.
Oh, but before the town. Right. Okay.
She is older than the town.
That's fair.
So, Peter, you happy to leave it there for the night?
Sure.
It's a bit earlier than we intended, but with the internet dropping in and out a few times.
It seems alright now, but yeah, it's a bit hard with only 3 characters trying to do a dungeon dive.
Especially when one of them is, you should really go in stealthily, and one of them is...
Go whole hog. Yeah.
And so that way I can try to sort out character sheets from the players who can't make it.
Yeah.
So then we have a full party going in.
Yeah.
Even if Morris Elf does help, I just don't want Morris Elf to be the person doing everything for you.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the NPC to outshine the players.
Yeah.
That's a standard rule I go by is NPC helps but doesn't kill still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the stat block for Doozer. That should all be correct. You'll be here anyway. So.
Okay, so I will leave it there, Pete. Thanks for playing.
Sorry,
We've
couldn't
managed
do
to
as
keep
much.
the connection stable for just over an hour now. Hour 15.
That's good. Thankfully. People stop downloading at 9 o'clock.
I think the storm may have passed for a little bit.
Yeah.
When we have the worst storm is when we have the worst connections.
There's still a little bit of rain out there, but it's just really light at the moment.
So thanks a lot, Pete. At least we got in some play. And you got to get in a few digs at the elf.
Mm.
Just a few. Just a few.
And you actually got a compliment from the elf, which was a first for your character.
No, I've taken that as a backhanded compliment.
It's probably more
The
correct.
character was looking for the what do they call them?
The catch?
Negative compliments. No, there's a
neg.
term for it. I can't think of what it is though. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, let's see. If you're not stealthy and she's calling you the stealth person, as someone who doesn't need
True.
to wear shoes, who can beat people up with your fists, you are probably the best person in the group to walk in and knock people out. Because you can choose non-lethal instead of lethal when you strike someone.
Yeah, but the amount of damage I do is pathetic. So
I
I'd be
actually,
needing to hit them 7 or 8 times,
I don't
if
believe
not
you.
more.
Well, with your normal punches.
Yeah. D6 plus 1 is not a great amount of damage, buddy.
That is true, especially in Pathfinder 2 when people start off with about 20 odd hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Though some NPCs have 6.
Yep.
So it's like,
Considering now
punch.
my orc axe does like
2d8 plus
Base.
5.
yeah base a lot.
So your lowest score is his highest score?
Yeah, pretty much.
You really want to get the wraps that can put around your fists to make them magical.
Surely you can afford those by now.
Yeah, I used to have those until no. I used to have them, but I don't anymore.
How do you not have them anymore?
I think they're at the temple where he got healed. Remember he
Well,
walked,
you know when that shield was stolen from me.
remember he got taken into the temple and they healed him?
Oh, that's right.
And he walked out butt naked.
So I believe your wraps are there for the claiming.
Is there anywhere in town?
Oh, I'm
we
sure
can
they
buy
are.
them? Isn't there? There's a blacksmith in town, isn't there?
There is a blacksmith, but blacksmiths don't make monk wraps. Because it's cloth.
Is there anyone in town that would know?
Elf.
I asked the elf.
I'm sure if you can charm the elf.
What if I charm the elf?
Good luck.
You mean I might actually get to roll a d20 tonight?
Sure, roll a d20, let's see what happens.
Here we go. Another dinner that's going to last you, 2 nights.
What is it supposed to be?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
I'm pretty sure.
Make a persuasion.
This is gonna be hilarious because I roll
Oh,
really
sorry, no,
low.
it's under occultism. That or society. Because it wouldn't be intimidation.
Diplomacy? No, it wouldn't be diplomacy for the elf. Society, probably.
You try society roll.
11.
11. Okay, so...
This is muscle, okay? And he's trying to, flirt with the elf. Of course it was going to end like
Harry's
this.
muscle.
she pokes your muscles a bit as you're flexing them.
Disappointed.
She does have this, quiet comment of, could be bigger.
Jesus, feels
You-
a little hurt.
Need to work on those flexes. Remember squats, then lift off the back.
Diz is going to, spend all night working out now.
She starts showing you some exercise routines.
Okay. I note them down. Just like I noted down, what's his name? Elias? The buff wizard?
Yep.
Because I got a few pointers from him as well.
Okay.
But the only comprehensive parts of my Pathfinder book are when it's about
It's a workout regime.
when it's a workout regime. Or if it's about
Next
puppy
we're
dogs.
gonna go into protein shakes.
Well,
And
no. Because I also made comprehensive notes when I talked to the dog breeder here.
Yep.
But they're my interests. I'm not interested about everything else. I just make dog points of my day.
And hey, when it goes back to the Pathfinder Society, when they put the book together on exercise for the next generation of fighters,
It will be useful.
so did Willie want to try to make a roll to convince the elf to get some raps for you?
is this where Perry's gonna step?
Perry the Buffest Wizard is going to outshine Doozer's muscle.
Hell yeah! What did we say it was? Society?
Society,
You
yeah.
can do a society roll.
It's funny, my society isn't terrible, but it's terrible. Ooh, you rolled lower than I did.
You know what's funny? I got higher than what you did.
True.
12.
By one.
Higher by one.
Well, I mean, you only rolled lower by me by one, though.
I'm pretty sure.
Because my society's +6 and I rolled a 5. And you rolled
pretty
a
sure it
4.
falls under that.
What? What, 4?
Charming someone.
Society.
You
Either that or it's performance, depending on what you want to do.
You can do performance, you can do society, you can do diplomacy,
Ah.
and you can do intimidation.
Oh, come on, I could have intimidated her
Yeah, good luck.
into a submission
Good luck.
with flexing. Oh, come on. That would be
luck.
hilarious. That's exactly what Doozer would do.
It's like a CR stupid creature.
Yeah, but it's what Doozer's good at.
Don't worry, she's only a couple of levels higher.
It's only a couple.
Just a couple, more like 20.
She's closer to 7.
Still, that in Pathfinder, that may as well be almost 20 levels higher.
It does add the difference in difficulty.
It's just like, yay.
Yes, the music helps.
Music, the rocking. It's a bit harder to rock in just the
That.
bassinet by itself. It's easier when it's in the pram. Though it's going to be interesting when we try and move her across to the cot, because you can't really rock the cot.
Yeah.
But she's almost outgrowing the bassinet.
She's almost rolling over.
She's almost rolling over. She'll be sitting up soon enough too.
Yep, and then she'll be chasing you across the floor soon.
Yay! Well, she's already.
Yeah, we'll be chasing her across the floor.
She's already doing small little shuffles when she's doing tummy time and starting to like gripsies the mat and
Yeah.
shove her legs.
Grabbing, and then like slide to the side.
Okay, so Peter, did you actually make a roll?
Sorry?
Did you actually make a roll to try to convince the elf to do something about your rat problem?
Nope.
Did you want to do a roll?
My character doesn't want any favours from that bloody elf.
That's about right.
Of course.
How about Parry then? Sorry, you got the 12.
Go on, owe the Morris elf a favour.
Are you sure you don't want to owe the morose self, your livelihood?
My livelihood.
That was Peter's thing dropping out. No, I think he's back. Did he come back?
I'm back.
You are back.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking of ending it soon, so I didn't keep doing that. So she does offer to stand guard at the top of the shaft for you for at least one night.
Okay. That helps.
So we've got one night to.
To beat people up.
I
How about
I
a
want your
full
idea
day?
about the rope, Doozer.
Why don't you like the idea about the rope?
I think he liked the idea.
Oh,
I
you
do
Oh, you do
like it.
like. Sorry. I just I thought it cut out. do like. Oh, cool.
You're a glass half empty kind of person, aren't you?
Well, she was when he was when he kept breaking his arm.
Yeah. We'll need a rematch at some point.
Well, there's an empty table.
Yeah, the last time he arm wrestled against me, I broke his arm, so...
We just
sure-
like a natural 20.
I'm sure he doesn't want to relive that one. Just as much as I don't want to relive him breaking my arm either.
That is true. It could be really bad. You could both break each other's arms.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly what happens.
Here you go, Kroll! And then Kroll's passed out on the mat.
Yeah, Kroll still has his broken leg because he hasn't healed himself yet or said it properly.
There's gonna be a party of cripples in a minute. So.
No, we're the rest of us are all fine for now.
Yeah, Willie's hands have been fixed.
Harry's still holding to the fact that nothing's broken yet.
I can fix that.
You want an acid arrow through your chest?
No, I'm good.
It's okay to say, no, snap! Yeah, your nose is broken.
I'm pretty sure I have broken my nose too.
You
no.
have.
No.
No, that's my other character's broken nose.
I remember someone got it set while it was broken.
That's right.
And then it had to be
The
rebroken.
paladin
The
helped.
paladin helped.
And
Of
then
course
the-
the paladin helped.
And then the paladin helped even more.
For
They're there,
breaking it and
tap,
helping.
heals it in place. Oh.
Heals again.
Yes, yeah, we did have that in the D&D game, Peter, where they did break each other's nose and seal it. But the paladin managed to
Each
get by with
other's?
it. No,
It was just one broken nose.
yeah, it was just one broken nose. It got broken twice, so it could be set twice.
Yep.
So it can be set correctly.
Like, it's set on an angle. Oh, whoops. Okay, so
Unlike this character, my other character doesn't want to be scarred to death.
We've already seen what happens to Parry.
we could get like Quest and have another body.
No, but then I'll lose all my scars.
Chance to start again.
What
We
is
get
it-
better scars.
What is this with this party and wanting wicked scars?
Because wicked scars, man.
Alright.
Okay, we'll see you next time, Peter. Putting
No worries, guys.
on end credits. I'll catch you later.
See you, Peter.
See you, Peter.
Cool. See yous.